Hello, everyone. My name is Ilyana Devite, and I'm here presenting a Dear Underclassmen project. This project is more towards incoming freshmen, but if you're interested in hearing about advice from a upcoming senior, feel free to listen. I am more than happy to help you. Now, let's get started. Academic tips, course selection, grades, and studying. Academics are extremely important, especially when you start high school. I know it may seem like it's not important because it's your first year, you'll get your grades up next year. No, believe me, they matter so much, especially during your first year. And just try your best to keep your grades up because it definitely affects how your GPA is going to look in your upcoming years. And I really wish I knew this freshman year, even though I tried my hardest in freshman year. My GPA is not how I want it to be, but it's okay because at least I am trying my best to get a decent GPA. So even if you don't do well in any of these years, as long as you try your best, you will be okay. And course selection is definitely extremely confusing at first because you're choosing classes that you want to take next year, but you're not really sure what to take. My advice is to not take classes that will affect you mentally, make you stressed out. I don't think it's necessary to take AP or honors classes if you feel like you're not ready. And I know I can't be talking because I've never taken an AP or honors classes in my life, but I feel like a lot of people feel pressure to take AP classes because their friends are doing it, or they just feel like they're not smart enough, so they have to take AP classes to show how smart they are. No, you do not have to do that. Do not pressure yourself into doing things that you are not ready for. If you think you're ready for AP and honors classes, go for it. But if you know deep down that you are not ready to take this class, do not do it. Studying is definitely something that takes a while for people to get used to over time because studying can be hard to be focused on. People can get distracted very easily, and I totally get that. I was definitely distracted a lot my freshman year. But if you have like a learning center or a study hall, please take that time to study. Even if it's like 10 minutes, 30 minutes, it doesn't matter. As long as you put your effort into your academics and into studying, you will do good on that test that you want to pass. And maybe even after you finish your study, you can reward yourself by watching YouTube or talking with friends or taking a walk. Like, there's many ways that you can be motivated to study, but that's on what you choose to do, and that's what you feel is best for you. So I will say what was best for me is definitely having learning center, and I always use that time to study, finish my work, etc. And I was always making sure my work is okay. Like, oh, do you think this would give me a good grade? Do you think this is good enough for the essay? Whatever. So always double checking your work is also good. But if you feel like that will stress you out, don't do it. I just do it because I want to make sure I get a good grade on the assignment. But yeah, now we're going to go to the next topic, volunteer opportunities. I unfortunately did not start volunteering until my junior year of high school, which is now, and I truly wish I started volunteering so much earlier because volunteering has affected me in so many ways. It taught me how to be responsible. It taught me how to do like make sure my schedule is good, and it just teaches you how to be responsible. And I know it seems unmotivating at first because you're not going to get paid for it. You're just doing this for free, and I totally get that because at first I was also unmotivated um to do so much work just to get no pay. But I think it's important to realize that sometimes you might have to work for free, and that's okay. And that can also help you learn how internships work, because internships, obviously, you don't get paid either. But yeah, so the places I volunteer at, I absolutely love them so much. It taught me so many things, and I definitely will continue volunteering here throughout my senior year, because volunteering is just so much fun. I made so many new friends. I made so many new coworkers, even though I don't actually work with them. I just I love everyone at my volunteer places so much that it makes me want to continue volunteering. So if you want to start like learning how to be responsible, learning how it is to be a part of a community, then I would suggest to start volunteering as soon as possible, because the longer you wait, the longer you will learn less things, if that makes sense. That's how I felt. Like, I didn't even learn how to be responsible until I started volunteering. Like, I've always been responsible, of course, but this has taught me a whole lot of new responsibility, especially in the real world. So, yeah, please try your best to volunteer as much as possible. And if you have any questions on the places I volunteer at, please feel free to send me a text, because I would love to have more people in these communities. Next, we have clubs, activities, etc. So, unfortunately, again, I did not join majority of the clubs until I was a junior in high school, and I really wish I joined sooner, because all of these clubs are so much fun, and I truly took my time for granted, and now I only have 1 year left with this club, but I'm super grateful that I at least pushed myself to be a part of these clubs. And activity period is shorter than it is in middle school, but I personally think that even though you may want to leave school early because you don't have a club to go to, you should really try to at least like look around at each club to see what truly fits you. And if you don't find anything that suits you, that's okay. It definitely takes a lot of time to find something that you enjoy, but don't leave during activity period. Please try to go to a club, even if you may not like it. It's just like, it's, I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's just losing, like, people, it's just losing interest. Like, we want to be able to have this opportunity in school, and I feel like if people stop going, it's going to stop happening. And everyone deserves to know different types of clubs at school. So please, if you can, try your best to at least take those 20 minutes to just look at clubs, because I promise you, you will find your club. It just takes a matter of time. Next, we have social relationships and making friends. I truly wish I had a lot more advice on how to maintain friendships in high school when I was a freshman. I lost so many friendships throughout the years that I can't even put into words, like, how much I regret not keeping them. Don't be like me and keep those friendships. Don't let like one petty argument ruin your entire friendship. Please talk about it. Please discuss what you're feeling, because communication's always key. And I know that's a repetitive thing, but it is true. Like, if you want to keep these friendships, if you want these people to be at your wedding, please talk to them. And I just, I don't want you guys to be like me, because that really sucks to lose all those friendships that you thought you were going to have for the rest of your life. And when it comes to relationships, don't feel pressured that you have to be in a relationship simply because your friends have girlfriends or boyfriends. I know it's such the third wheel, and I hate it too, but if you truly feel like you're not ready to be in a relationship, don't force yourself to be in one. Do what's best for you and what's best for you mentally, academically, physically. Don't ever feel like you have to be in a relationship. Especially because in high school, I will be honest, majority of relationships do not last. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm saying that because unfortunately it's the truth. I've heard so many people break up these past couple of years, and I just feel like high school was not the best time to be dating. No judgment if you're dating in high school. I am obviously very supportive of that. But like I said, just don't be in a relationship if you're not ready. Nobody is forcing you to be in one, so you shouldn't feel like you are forced to be in one. Next, we have a extremely big topic that is hard for me to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it because it is important for kids with disabilities to know. This next thing is dealing with being an outsider. I have a syndrome called Treacher's Collins syndrome, and it has affected my ability to make friends. And I was so upset about that majority of my high school career that I honestly just avoided talking to people. I stayed in my own shadow. I honestly skip lunch and go to my LC because I feel much more comforted in that area. But eventually, I accepted the fact that I was different from my peers. And obviously, sometimes it's still hard for me to realize that. But accepting the fact that you may be different from your peers is definitely so life changing. I don't care if people know I have hearing aids. I don't care if people notice I'm different. It just takes a long time to accept yourself. And regardless if you have a disability or not, you deserve to have people notice you. You deserve to have friends. So this is definitely easier said than done, but don't let those insecurities affect you from your social life. Accept the fact that you may be different from your peers. Accept the fact that you are different. And it will give you some sort of relief. And again, I know it's easier said than done, but I will be there for you in spirit when you accept yourself. And I am so proud of you and so proud of what you overcome, even if I may not know you, even if I may not like you. I am proud of everyone. I know the world is not easy to deal with, but we are all here surviving together, and I'm very happy that we're all here today. That was my last advice. But, anyways, things that I will miss after high school. Fairfield Teen Theater, I can't even start to say how much I will miss this community. This is a summer camp that I've been in since 2023, and it has changed my life ever since. Ever since I started 13, which was my first ever show, I continued to do acting and theater throughout high school. And I want to thank this community so much for just encouraging me to continue. This community, everyone is so nice. Everyone's so like they always include people. They always make sure everyone's in the group chat. They always make sure to talk to the people who may be sitting by themselves. And I just love how nice everyone is. And I had the best time last year on my birthday. first of all, it was my favorite musical. Addams Family, shout out. That is the best musical ever. I freaking love that musical. And I hope one day I can do it again. But anyways, I brought in cupcakes for everyone for my birthday. And right when they saw me bringing in the cupcakes, they immediately started to sing happy birthday to me. And I know that's like the bare minimum, but like if my birthday was during like this time and I had school theater, nobody would really care that I brought in cupcakes. They probably wouldn't even say happy birthday to me. This community does. This community makes sure that everybody's loved, everybody's included. I love this community so much, and I'm not ready to let them go next year. I'm hoping Shrek won't be my last musical here, but um, it's just hard to let this go. I will miss this community so much. But I'm hoping that maybe in the future I can join again, maybe do stage school or something, because, yeah. Um, Another thing that I will miss after high school is War TV. It has completely changed my perspective of acting and film and stuff like that. Originally, I only wanted to do on camera stuff, but ever since I joined this club, it made me realize how much fun filming, editing, coming up, coming up with ideas could be as well. So I am very, very grateful for them that I found out more that I want to do in my life. Without this club, I probably would still just be only doing stage or on camera stuff. But I'm having so much fun doing film and stuff, and it's also something I want to do in the future. And I'm hoping one day I can make a movie, which I am doing, but I'm not going to spoil it much because I want you guys to stay tuned for that. Lastly, something I will miss after high school is my parents. They have been my biggest supporters since day one, especially with the fact that I had a syndrome. Obviously, that is hard on any parent. But they took me in like I was normal, and they even started learning sign language for me because they weren't sure if I was ever going to hear. And just hearing that they did that for me is, I'm just so incredibly grateful for that. And it just shows how much they truly care about me, regardless if I have a syndrome or not. And they've been supportive of me ever since my acting career. Like, they are my number one supporters. They go to every single show every time I have a show. And yeah, I will miss them so much when I go to college. But obviously, it's a form of life that things change, people move on, and yeah, please do not take your time for granted, because you will realize how time flies super fast. And I know it feels like high school's never ending. Believe me, I felt that way in freshman year. But realizing that I'm graduating next year and going off to college is insane to me. And I really wish I took the time to be a part of communities more. I wish I was involved more. But at least I was involved a little bit, even if it wasn't long enough. So yeah, that is my presentation for you guys, and I'm very sorry that this was very long, but I want you all to know that you matter, you deserve to stay here, and if you ever need someone to talk to about anything, I am always a call away. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time for my featured podcast. Bye, guys!